All right, it is July 8th, 2020, and I've come across this fruit here. Here's a jackfruit tree. We are surrounded by jackfruit trees, as you can see. There's another one right there. So I ordered some seeds online, but they came in really dry. And from what I've seen on other YouTube videos, you need to plant the seeds as soon as you get them. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab some of these seeds. As you can see here, the fruit fell down and a bunch of seeds just went flying off. I've got the little ones here picking them all up. But these are the seeds. I'm gonna take the whole fruit. All right, so it is the morning after. It is July 9th, 2020, and here we are with the jackfruit that we had picked up. I'm gonna, as you can see, I've been trying to wash it off. So I'm gonna continue to wash it off here as best I can. I've never tried this fruit before. I've always seen it and I've always wanted to try it, but I've never purchased it. I never really wanted to purchase it for the market because I wanted to keep it true to this channel where I can find these things out there in the wild, basically. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot this down, try and clean it as best I can so that I can access some of that flesh to see if any of it's edible. All right, so I've gone ahead and cleaned it a bit. I didn't necessarily cut off all the rotten parts, but I did cut the fruit open so that we can see what's in here. You can see the flesh of the edible part of the fruit right here, and it's wrapped around the seed. Also, like the soursop, I think the edible part of the fruit is right here, this fleshy part, and as you can see, the seed is inside of that part. Wow, it's kind of weird because it seems like the seed is attached to it. Yeah. And you can see there's like a little case right here that the seed sits inside, because the seed actually fell out and it's right there. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this piece off here. I need to do the smell test before I do the taste test, just to make sure I'm not eating anything that'll be harmful. And I think this fleshy part here is the part that you eat. Very weird. If I hadn't seen folks eat this, I wouldn't consider eating it, but we'll go ahead and see. Yeah, that doesn't really smell too good to me, so I think we might skip the taste test on this one. All right, so I had to stop because as I was cutting through it, I noticed just how pretty cool it was, how this fruit is constructed. Around the flesh, you can see it right here, has all these fibers. They're like rubber bands almost. You see, I can pop them off right there, but they're pretty flexible, and they encase all of the seeds, as you can see all throughout here. It also is attached to the skin layer here, which is and the skin layer is actually really soft. It's soft, but it almost serves as a cushion for the fruit to fall down without being too damaged. But as I was cutting, I would hold the actual skin layer here. Let me try and cut through it. I would hold it here, and I would cut through all these bands which hold that skin layer to the seed. And it was actually pretty interesting. As you can see, you can pop off a piece here, and yet there are still all these little bands. They're just everywhere on the fruit, and they hold everything together. And I just thought it was pretty cool, so I thought I'd share it. We'll go ahead and continue taking all these seeds out, and we'll pick back up after. All right, guys, so here's what we are left with. And here's another look at the flesh of this fruit that you would actually eat. But as you can see, we've got lots and lots of seeds here, more seeds than I actually can even plant. It seems very similar to the cacao and I don't think I should plant them yet. Although I've seen some videos where they plant them immediately. There's a very slick layer of skin on this, and you can see the seed right in there, right inside this layer. And I think I should wait maybe a day or two before I actually put it into the ground. In my opinion on getting seeds for this plant is, if you want seeds for this plant, you might as well look for the fruit, because that's where you're gonna find as many seeds as you want. And I know it may seem like a waste, but go ahead and propagate them all. And who knows, someone out there may want them and you can just give it to them for free. Okay, so it is July 15th, 2020. It has not quite been a week yet, maybe 6 days. And we're gonna have a look at these guys because I think it's time for them to get potted up. And they actually look like, yep, it's definitely time. As you can see there, we've got one that's cracked open and is starting to come out. So we've got quite a few actually that are cracking open and are starting to come out. So we need to get these guys planted ASAP. All right, guys, here comes the plug. So when I first popped the fruit open and I started counting these seeds, I realized that I have more than 100 seeds here. And usually I like to plant my seeds in 3-inch pots. So small little green 3-inch pots, but those usually cost about 49 cents at the cheapest. They're probably cheaper some other places, but at the highest they would be maybe 79 cents, somewhere around there, right around $1. But if I were to spend a bunch of money buying 3-inch pots, I'd probably spend near $100 getting those pots, and I don't have money to spare that way. Fortunately, I had ordered some grow bags, and these are the plastic grow bags. You see them quite often in nurseries where they have the plants actually growing in bags and not in containers like these right here. But the grow bags work just as well, at least for the first part of the plant's life. And as the plants progress, you can transplant them into pots, maybe 1-gallon pots after that. So I think these bags rung me around $25. I'm not quite sure, I don't really recall, but that was about 20 bucks for 200 bags. And these bags are gonna help me out a whole lot because it saves me from having to purchase all those 3-inch pots for about 100 bucks. So really cost effective, and shipped straight out and came over here. It didn't take too long for shipping. Remember, I'm out here in Hawaii, so it takes maybe a day or two longer than it would anywhere in the mainland US. But like I said, I'll have a link in the description for these bags here, and you guys can check them out yourselves if you guys feel like this would help you out. After I put them into these bags, I'm gonna set those bags into this pot here just to maintain the shape so that these bags stand up straight. So let's go ahead and start planting. All right, guys, so it is July 17th, 2020, and here we are back at the jackfruits. So here is one box that I have the jackfruits in. And when I first started planting the jackfruits, I realized that I didn't have enough potting mix to finish planting all of them. And not only that, I didn't have enough containers to set them in so that they can kind of stand up. Because as you can see here, I'm just using a cardboard box. But here is one box, and it looks like almost all of the jackfruits, as a matter of fact, all of the jackfruits in this box have germinated. And it has been just a little over a month, maybe a month and a couple of days, month and two or 3 days. But on the back side of the house, we'll go there, are the other jackfruits. So here's that pot that I first mentioned. And as you can see here, we've got the majority. I think we have one bag in here. As actually, yep, they've all germinated in here. We have that little tray, and not all of them have germinated, but the majority of them have. We also have this saucer here, where once again, the majority has germinated. Last but not least, we have this drawer here that I just pulled out of some junk off the side of the road. And this was the best container to keep them in, because as you can see, it is pretty solid. But these were the last group that I planted, and as you can see, they're the last to start coming up. However, they are popping up, and I think we're gonna have the majority of these guys popping up as well. So that would be a really successful grow as far as the jackfruit goes, and it was pretty simple. So as you can see here, here are those grow bags that I was talking about. I did not use them all, but I used the majority of them. I think I may have maybe about 30 bags left. So we've gotten all these jackfruits here, and the reason why I plant so many of them is because I do enjoy sharing them with folks, whether they be my family, friends, or neighbors. I do enjoy sharing these plants, and I may just go ahead and sell some of them as well, just to make see if I can make some of that money back from the $25 I spent on these bags. So if I do succeed at that, technically we level off. And I do understand that we don't all have the means to purchase things, but maybe if you save up a little bit, you can be able to do exactly what I've done here. I hope that serves as a simple guide to those of you out there who are wondering how to grow jackfruits or what jackfruits look like. Unfortunately, I still do not know what jackfruits taste like, but eventually I will. I do know there are a variety of different jackfruits, and I don't know too much about that, but I am looking forward to learning so much more about this tree, this plant here in the near future. So that concludes the grow portion of the jackfruit, and I think I might wait a couple of weeks and wait for the trunk here to harden before I go ahead and start transplanting some of them over at the farm. But until then, we will leave it there for now. If you got any questions, feel free to ask in the comments, and I'll answer them to the best of my knowledge and to the best of the experience of planting these guys. As always, thank you for watching. I hope you subscribe, but if not, that's perfectly fine. I hope you got something out of this video. So I'll check you guys out on the next video.